Hi, Karen from Quantum Heart Awakening. Just want to remind you why I'm here. Part of my soul mission is to shift collective consciousness towards more authenticity, unconditional love, and infinite oneness. How do we shift the collective? By shifting ourselves. How do we shift ourselves? By asking really beautiful questions and being incredibly kind to self as we dismantle the answers. All right, let's get into it. So this is the fourth time I've tried to record this video, this reading. I tried 3 times yesterday and the energy was so intense. I kept feeling it in my chest and in my throat. And I crack up when these things happen because they always mirror the message of the reading. So there's something here that's blocking the natural process of alchemy. There's something hindering the next iteration of self. There's something hindering this metamorphosis that so divinely, desperately wants to happen. I want you to check in with yourself. And again, never put yourself in harm's way. Check in, see if you can access anything that you may be holding on to. There may be some grief, heartache, or loss, or some denser emotion that has been begging to be vibrated, begging to come to the surface to be released. This is the hard stuff, unfortunately. Sorry, I keep getting the chest throat thing and it literally takes my voice away. So maybe there's something you're not communicating. Maybe there's something that a conversation you need to have with someone, with a family member, a friend, a beloved, a coworker, a boss. And maybe it's just a conversation that you need to have with different parts of yourself. Maybe an inner child, an inner teenager, an inner adolescent that really could use your time, your ear, your support. Yeah, what I'm getting from this is that the collective is being asked to enter the core of self, to enter the center of the spiral and spend time there. The collective has been absent, and the more time we stay away from quote unquote home, the more chaos that spins around us. So I invite you to take a lot of space and time to find whatever centering activity or experience or ritual that helps you ground and get back to that place of no self, of empty self. Reach out for connection. We don't do this inner soul work, this ascension work in a bubble. There's always someone out there that you can connect with. And sometimes that connection, we can reach it through our body, through congregating with loved ones, through congregating with different parts of self. I keep bringing up parts of self because sometimes it's really natural when we think something's wrong to reach outside of ourselves. And especially if, sorry, I keep getting messages that I'm sorting through what I'm getting. We so often, it's like we're hardwired. Our ego is hardwired to want to control things, right? We have a very primitive primal brain that wants to assess risk and ensure safety of our survival. Yes, of course, we're not, running from saber-toothed tigers. However, we do have that fight or flight mechanism in our system still. So it looks different in the kind of modern context. It could be, throwing yourself into work to avoid having a conversation with your partner, or or throwing yourself into binging something because you're avoiding how you actually feel about something. Whatever this version looks like for you, please, please be incredibly patient and kind to the parts of yourself that are approaching the edge of something uncomfortable. It takes time. It takes time and it takes radical presence. There's also, how do I say it? There's also a higher call here for precise, intentional, conscious integrity. What is integrity? I think integrity in this case is making sure that our actions, our words, and the way we show up in the world is in alignment with our true self. And what does that really mean? It basically means we show up in the world in a way that doesn't give us more work. That doesn't, some people call it karma, that doesn't accumulate more karma. In each moment, with each word that comes out of your mouth, with every interaction, can we hold ourselves to a higher standard of relating? Doesn't matter who it's with. It doesn't matter if it's the guy, the random dude at the gas station, or if it's your beloved. It doesn't, or your children, or anyone. Can we show up in a way that is kind and that gives ourself and other enough space for them to access their truth, their discernment, your truth, your discernment? There's a bit of, this isn't showing up in the reading, but it's showing up in my body. There's a bit of service here, remembering that we are really here to be of service to self and other. And really, there is no other. So being in service, period, is being in service to the collective and self simultaneously. So don't feel like self-centered or narcissistic or self-absorbed. If you need to take specific time for you to drop into your inner, your deeper waters of your inner self. Yeah, so it's interesting with the alchemist, the hedonist, and the shapeshifter. So again, this, I feel like these three cards go in tandem so lovely that again, bringing out the integrity. And what's funny is let me not say never, I very rarely use these archetypal cards in like a public reading, but something called me to use them. And make sure we're not misusing power and knowledge that come through our more intimate spiritual practices to benefit self and self alone. Make sure that you're not pursuing pleasure to the detriment of your health or the wellness of yourself or other beings. Make sure that you're not spending all this life force investing in an image that serves an agenda that is not in alignment with your higher self. This takes presence and practice because it's really easy to get caught up in the shoulds of life. I should get this job. I should make that amount of money. I should weigh this much. I should look this way. I should, I don't know, do what my parents want me to do. At the core of that, there is some sort of loving, noble concept that you want to please these people around you or a system or a society or a family or whatever it is. But really, these are the moments when we cross our own boundaries and we shut down our internal voice. It's really important to practice shutting down the shoulds. That takes a lot of practice. It sucks, and it takes a lot of reprogramming and dismantling, but it's possible. There's a lot of us who are recovering people pleasers, and we are built that way. We are raised in society that way. So, as a first layer of kind of work here, you can just start by noticing. There's no action, there's nothing to fix, but just notice if you catch yourself saying, I should, blah, blah, blah. Or even if you're projecting that expectation onto someone else, you should do blah, blah, blah. Catch yourself, take a breath, take a step back, and even just ask you don't have to solve the question or figure out what is an alignment, but you can ask yourself, do I even want to do that? I should, whatever. Do I even want? Does that feel good to me? Does that resonate in my body? Start to train your senses to tune inward and practice listening to your body like it's an instrument, or like it's in a computer system. Start listening to when, every time you say I should, do you contract? Where do you feel it in your body? Some people feel it in their throat, some people feel it in their gut, their chest, sometimes in their root. Really start to tune your awareness. This is really difficult to do. So go really slow and have zero expectation for yourself other than that you will meet the moment with kindness. The last thing I will say is that there is a call for greater self-love and self-esteem in this moment. So even just hearing me say that, tune inward and just feel how that feels when you heard me say that. You spend time feeling into like, do I have enough self-esteem in this moment? Could I benefit from more self-esteem in this moment? Where am I giving away my power? Where is my energy going when I'm not manning the ship, when I'm not in control? Is it getting pulled by other people, other jobs, other whatever projects? And see if you can just start to become aware of where you may or may not be consciously investing your energy. Because that's the thing about energy, whether we're conscious or not, we're constantly emitting a frequency out to the universe. And unfortunately, there's people in the world that will see the generous nature of your energy, will see your overflowing, abundant energy and take it. There's not a better way to say that. They'll take it and they'll use it for their projects, their investments, their desires, and it's not theirs, it's yours. So this process of just starting to bear witness to where your energetic currency is being invested, that's just step one. This inner alchemy will happen naturally. What needs to bubble to the surface will bubble to the surface when you give it enough time and space. And I know time is an incredibly valuable resource, but doing this work, becoming self-aware, practicing kindness and love to self is like, it's just the gift that keeps on giving. You will have an incredible ROI, return on investment, if you spend time dismantling these different parts of self. I'm going to leave it there. It's interesting as I finish the energy that was in my chest, which is kind of solar plexus heart energy. So again, have a lot of loving kindness as you come into deeper relationship with who you are and how you navigate in this world. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.